Aristotle said the male is by nature superior and the female inferior. The one rules and the other is ruled. It's 2015. If you say females are inferior today, chances are Ronda Rousey is going to put you in an armbar and snap your arm in a matter of seconds. So who's inferior now? But during the time of Aristotle and those alike, these men genuinely believed that they were superior to women, and because of that, women's lives, thoughts, and experiences were simply not documented. And furthermore, women did not have the opportunity to prove themselves to men. Nobody believes that every woman is compassionate, caring, takes care of babies, and cooks and cleans. But not everybody believes that all men are strong, lift weights, and like to beat up other men. These are just generalizations, and they don't hold true to everyone, or even most people. But they're just that. And traditionally, when you speak of masculine and feminine traits, these are just features that our cultures have long associated with men and with women, but there's no claim that these are actually factual. 4 central claims define feminist ethics. The first is that women are the moral equals of men. Viewpoints that justify the subordination of women or that downplay their interests and ideas are obviously mistaken. The second claim is that the experiences of women deserve our respect and are vital to an accurate understanding of morality. Philosophers that cannot respect women's experiences and thoughts have theories that are bound to be incomplete and clearly biased, which makes them inaccurate. The third claim states that the traits that are generally associated with women, such as empathy, sympathy, caring, mercy, and compassion, are equally as important as the traits associated with men: independence, demanding one's fair share, and a readiness to resort to violence. The fourth claim is that traditionally feminine ways of moral reasoning are often superior to traditionally masculine ways of reasoning. Feminist ethics was not necessarily recognized until the 1980s, where a psychologist out of Harvard, Carol Gilligan, published In a Different Voice in 1982, which played a big role in the launching of the feminist movement in philosophical thinking. Gilligan argued that women think and experience in the world entirely different from men. While psychologists had already agreed on this point, Gilligan's point was that while women may experience life differently than men, that in no way meant that their experiences were inferior to men, but simply different. Lawrence Kohlberg, who taught Gilligan and was also a colleague of hers, defended the idea that there are 6 set stages of moral development. At the earliest stage, children see moral rules as threats. We obey the moral rules set by our parents out of fear for the repercussions of not obeying those rules. At the third stage, we view morality as depending on our own social rules and our relations. Moral demands come from our relationships at that time and based on our own character. At the 6th and highest stage, we view morality as requiring obedience to abstract rules of impartial justice. These rules require us to see situations without emotion and passion. The rules at the 6th stage are universal and do not depend on our character or relationships. Gilligan observed that many women on Kohlberg's scale never advance beyond the 3rd stage because women bring forth character and empathy towards different situations. Women rarely appeal to abstract moral principles. Women were partial to the people they had relation to. They sought compromise where possible. Women showed that they had a greater respect for views that were different than their own. Women were also inclined to voice their views with hesitation instead of aggression and assurance as males were. Gilligan did not argue that all women thought in these ways, nor did she claim that women were necessarily attracted to these ways of thinking. That would have contradicted everything she sought to bring forth to common knowledge in the first place. She herself claimed, however, to have identified with this way of thinking and had a strong likeliness to assume that the woman she had come in contact with would also think in this way. She had a high chance of reacting the same way as other women that she had spent time with. Gilligan's claim that this in no way showed a moral immaturity of women, but a moral difference in women. It indicated that Kohlberg's 6-stage model was a simple prejudice that elevated Kohlberg's emphasis on justice and impartiality of the male way of thinking.